Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. So far, we have discussed Splunk installation, configuration, and data ingestion, right? Up to this point, we have ingested the data and store it in the indexes. In this video, we are going to bring that data into Splunk UI and start visualizing it. Without wasting time, let's get started. First step is we have to ingest the data. So this is the e-commerce platform data. This I created for just testing. If you see over here, the user from USA region, New York City purchased electronic product which is cost around $300. So like that, I have created multiple entries here, and I'll mention this file link in the description. You can download it for your testing. So this is the prerequisites. Let's get started. So log into your Splunk application and click this search and reporting. And one more thing before that is you have to create the index. While data ingestion, you can create the new index. If you are not aware about data ingestion, I would strongly recommend you to go through our previous video and come back here. I have already created the index. The index name is IDX e-commerce platform, and I ingested the data. This current size is 1 MB, and you can see other metadatas. So let us go ahead and execute the command here. So we are going to start with chart. Currently we are using the standalone application, so it acts as a forwarder, indexer, and searcher. So we are going to fetch the data from our index. Let's go ahead. Index equal to, our index name is idx comma application, no, idx hyphen e-commerce platform. So this is our index, and if you hit the search button, it will throw the events. Yeah, we have currently 10 events. So each event has 14 lines, right? So these are the events. We are going to present the data. So first we are going to see the chart. The chart is very useful to compare the quantity across categories. Let's say pipeline you have to use right after this index. Chart is the keyword, and sum, you can use any aggregated function here. So basically we are going to compare the total sales across product categories. Sum amount is the field 1, and by is the keyword again. Product categories, product category. Yeah, so the syntax is very simple. This is the field 1 and this is the field 2. Field 1 always be the y-axis and field 2 always be in the x-axis. So let us go ahead and execute this command. So this is the statistics. Books, overall books sold for $77, and clothing sold for $200, and electronics sold for $1,200. And you can visualize it by switching the tab from statistics to visualization. And here you go. This is a column chart. As I mentioned earlier, x-axis will be the field 2, product category, books, clothing, and electronics, and y-axis will be the field 1, that is amount, I mean the total sum amount. And if you mouse over here, you could see the total amount along with the product category. So this is the one-dimensional chart, and if you want to group by multiple category, you can add more field here. That is, here I'm going to add one more field called region. Let's hit this. If you see over here, last chart we could see only one category in the chart, and here we have multiple categories. We mouse over here, books as purchased by Europe and India. US is not involved here. Cloth purchased by Europe and US. India is not involved here. Electronics purchased by only these two countries, India and US. So that is the difference between one dimensional and two dimensional. So next we are going to see pie chart. Here we are going to see the percentage of user payment mode. So let's use the chart command, and I'm going to count by payment method. Here you go. If you mouse over the pie chart, you could see 20% of people have done their payment by UPI, and 30% by PayPal, and 10% by debit card, and 40% by credit card. So here you can easily slice the category. So next we are going to talk about time chart. Chart basically plots a time based trend of one matrix. X-axis is time and y-axis is the aggregated value. So our use case is to visualize how the average response time of each request change over time. Say time chart average is the function. We are going to average response time ms field. Yeah, I have selected the all time, and I could see the 10 events, and you can see the graph. If you see over the chat, the average response time was very quick at 240, and the latency period is quite high at 255. This is the single series, and in multi-series time chart you can compare multiple fields. Let's go ahead and do that. So in multi-series, let's play with the other use case. We are going to compare sales over time by region. So time chart, going to some amount, because we are going to compare the sales by region. So yeah, and so here we have three fields. The teal green indicates the US, and the pink one indicates India, and the violet one indicates Europe. Yep. Next one is the scatter chart. Basically this is the 2D space, and it will show correlation between two numeric fields. Let's go ahead and enter the command table and response time and amount. So we are going to correlate response time and amount. Okay. Chat should be the scatter chat. Yeah, so every dot is equal to one event, so we could see 10 event over here, and if you mouse over here you can see amount and response time. Basically it's correlating these two fields. So next one is the bubble chart. Basically the bubble chart is the two-dimensional chart. Field 1 will be on the x-axis and field 2 will be on the y-axis. Each bubble size representing an aggregated matrix. So our use case is to compare total sales by region and product category. So chart is a keyword. We are going to compare total sales. So I'm going to sum the amount by region, comma, product category. Right. Here you go. So if you mouse over this dotted line, the region is India, and purchased book around $35, and it's not purchased any clothing products, and that's why it's zero. It's you see in the graph, it's right top of this zero, and electronics is 119. So 119 here, and bubble size representing these aggregated metrics. Yeah, that's all about this bubble chat. And one more thing here is you can visualize the data, the table format as well. That can give whatever field you want to insert in the table, like user ID, city, product, category, amount, and status. Okay, here we no need to put comma. Yep, just switch the tab from visualization to statistics, and here you could see the data. Okay, we have a few more. So the next one is the cluster map. If you want to visualize where users are generating traffics or transaction geographically, let us go ahead and execute the command. The keyword is geostats, and we are going to count by city, and lat field is nothing but latitude field. Latitude field is equal to lat. So we have mentioned latitude field as lat and longitude field as long in our ingested data. See over here the lat mentioned for each entries according to the country and city. So the lat field is lot, and longitude field is, oh sorry, latitude field is a long. Let's go ahead and enter the search bar, and I'm switching this chat to cluster map. If you see over the map, we have three customers from India, one is from Bangalore, Mumbai, another one is from Delhi. So likewise, we have customers over the mentioned region. That's all about this cluster map. So we have one more map, that is Choropleth Map. This is to show the total sales by country, and Docker shades indicates the higher values. Let us go ahead and execute the command. Stat. So we are going to project the total sales. So yeah, I'm summing the total amount by country, geometric keyword geom, and geo countries. So basically, geo countries is a inbuilt geographic lookup table in Splunk, which contains latitude and longitude boundaries for all countries. We had an issue. The reason is we are using the geo countries inbuilt variable, right? It contains the feature ID variable that always expect the fully qualified country name. But in our ingested data, we were using the country name as USA, which is a short name, right? Since it is always expected the fully qualified name, either you can rename the country name in your data, or just add this eval command in your Splunk query. And the main important point is you have to use this feature ID. Since it is a default value, you have to use the same field here. And if you see over the map, you could see the total sales over the India and France, Germany, and United States. So that's all about the map. So the next one is Trendline. To use it to see the moving average, for example, stock prices. Let us go ahead and execute the query for this. And I'm going to clear this. Yeah. Keyword is time chart, average, So the response time is important to see the moving average. I'm going to use alias as average response, and oh, I have so trendline. Trendline is the keyword. SMA 5. SMA 5 is nothing but simple moving average over 5 points. And here we are going to mention this average response. Let us use alias trend line chart. I'm going to click this line chart. So as you see here, the average response is going down, and there is up and down. This is basically to smooth out short-term spike or noise for better visualize for long-term trends or patterns. So you can see these kind of patterns in stock markets or sell sites, etc. Alright, that's all about today's video. We have seen how to bring data into Splunk UI and start visualizing it. I hope this video helped you to get a clear understanding of how Splunk visualization works. If you have any questions, please post it in the comment. I'll try to address it. Apart from that, don't forget to like, share and subscribe this channel for more Splunk tutorials. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.